This is my Corvette, and as you can see, I've blown up the engine. So in today's video, we're gonna be turning the old engine into a coffee table. That's right, the engine was completely destroyed. So we hired the band to bring the engine to Andorra, where we're going to take it apart and try turning it into a coffee table. We're now taking the engine to my garage, and here's my delivery driver. He's driving a bit recklessly and... Now, this won't be as easy as you might think. We can't just get the engine and put a glass on it. Instead, we'll have to carefully remove all of these parts to be left off with the engine block, which is where we'll attach the pistons, which are gonna hold up the glass and turn it into a coffee table. But first, we had to get all the tools we needed. Alright, here we got engine cleaner. Here we have one of these hammers. It only costs 3 euros, and then we found exactly what we needed. So we got all the tools we need. So now let's go to our garage. We took it home and started to take off what we could. We had to do it inside the van because you have to remember, this engine weighs around 230 kg. We first took off the exhaust manifold, but then we ran into our first issue. Okay, so we're trying to take these huge ones off, but they're really fucking hard. I put some strap on my hand and we're gonna try it this way. Now... We needed a lot of strength to take apart this engine because we didn't have any power tools, but we just kept going. Okay, so we've now taken all the screws off, so let's lift. I think this is the air intake.
Oh yes.
No, we forgot one of them. Yes, that looks sexy, man. Okay, let's take this off. Oh, look at that, man. Anyways, we got all these screws to unscrew now, and then we can take, I guess, this off. So let's get straight into it. At this point, we'd taken off all of these parts, but now we were stuck on the cylinder head. It had this weird screw that we didn't have the tool for. Okay, so we had to stop because we didn't have the right tools and we were gonna destroy the engine. We're gonna buy more tools now. Alright, so we didn't manage to find anything that would fit in that hole. We just bought this and we pray to God that it's gonna fit, but I don't think it's gonna fit. It's been 8 hours since we started this, and we're finally able to take the last thing off. And this is just to get this part off, but we still got the rest of the engine, so the other side and all the underneath of the engine and everything else. And we took 8 hours. Oh my God.
Yes, man.
Oh my God.
No way.
Look at that. Look at the cylinders. We managed to take off the oil pan, and as expected, oil started dripping everywhere. Okay guys, so as you can see, we're recycling the oil in the van because the van is eco-friendly. It's hybrid, right?
Yes, hybrid oil.
It's hybrid now because it has 2 engines, as you can see. So the van is hybrid, that means we're recycling the oil. This is the current state of the engine and the van. I cut my finger really badly, it's bleeding a lot, but we're gonna stop for now. We're gonna get some food. We've been here for like 14 hours now. We then came back to work. At this point, we had been working on this for an entire day. Now we need to remove some electrical connectors. We need to be really careful not to damage them. That's good. Good morning guys, it's day 2 and we've got some new tools to help us continue the process of turning this engine into a coffee table. So we have this steel brush and we have an angle grinder. We've got to cut off this big black wheel and it's connected to whatever the engine. Usually you need like a very special tool to take it off. So this is the very special tool we'll be using. Are you ready? Now we've got to move the van here because this is not like 40 meters long, and hopefully cut the engine without glasses, without anything, and we'll be very safe. This is a harmonic balancer and you usually require a special tool to remove it, but we didn't have that, so that's why we used an angle grinder. As you can see, it's all destroyed. And now we have to see, we'll probably have to cut this off now and then remove everything from the inside, all the pistons and everything. So let's get to that now. Finally, after like an hour of cutting, we've cut through everything and we're now finally able to lift this fucking shit off. I'm deaf, I'm blind, but we've finally been able to take this off. I got more angle grinding, we got some more screws, we got this kind of screw that I don't know how we're gonna get through, but The game is a game, and we're in a game, so we gotta play the game. Just when we were about to get back to work, the parking police spawned, and we argued for a few minutes. The parking guy came. He told us that the parking boss called him and told him to come and kick us out. But I told him we would only be here like 15 more minutes and that if we could finish this and then leave. And he said yes. So we're gonna be staying here 15 more hours. Let's go! Let's keep cutting this.
A few moments later.
Alright, so they kicked us out of the parking. We're in another parking now until they kick us. I kept grinding this and I think we're finally able to take it off. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Oh my. Finally. This was so difficult. Oh my god. Alright guys, after 10 more hours of intense work, we've taken all of these little things off, but they were not little, they took a lot of work. We've finally taken this thing out. It weighs, oh my god man, it's really heavy. And now as you can see here, these are all the pistons and we can take them out by pushing them in. We've already taken one of them out, as you can see. After removing the pistons, we started polishing the block when the worst case scenario happened. We got interrupted by the grandma police. She kept saying she was going to call the police even though we had every right to be there. So when she left, I decided to just keep going. Okay, now it's time to wash down the engine. We finally managed to do it. We cleaned the engine. We're gonna get it in the house and we're gonna put it next to the radiator so it dries. We now glued the pistons at an angle so they could hold up the glass and then we stick them onto the engine block. Alright, so we finally got the engine with the 4 pistons on. Now there's some parts with the super glue and bicarbonate that are white and that don't look good. So I bought this metallic spray paint to paint that. Let's get the engine to the terrace and let's paint those spots now. Alright, here we go. This thing's so heavy though. It's very heavy. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Alright, as you can see, I put all of this stuff here so it doesn't fuck up my terrace. So now let's get straight to painting the white spots. So this is the result. As you can see, it's metallic. All the glue is now metallic. Now we just have to let this dry for a second. And then we got this acrylic varnish that we're gonna put on it so there's gonna be absolutely no rust on the engine whatsoever. Alright, so I've put the 3 coatings on the engine and now, you guessed it right, it's finally time to put the glass on it. So, we bought 2 of these glasses just from a random guy that didn't want them and we're gonna be putting them one on each side of the engine. I then took some measures of the engine and the glass to make sure I would center it right because once I glue the glass on, there's no going back. And after some 200 IQ math, we marked down the spots where I need to put the glass. Let's put this on the marks and see if it's centered. That's perfectly centered. So now we just have to put some glue on and stick it to the piston. Okay, I almost broke my back getting the engine in here again. But most importantly, it's finally time after so much effort put into this project. The time has come where we'll be putting the first glass on the pistons. Alright, so now it's time to put the glue and then we'll be putting the glass over it and hopefully it will stay in place. It's gonna take a long time to dry, but let's try it. It smells like fart, to be honest. Now we gotta mix them together really well. Oh my, it smells literally like fart. I'm not even joking. So now it's finally time to put the glass on top of this before it dries. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna press and then we're gonna pray to God that this sticks and that it's straight. So after tens of hours of work on this engine, going through so many obstacles, we finally managed to complete the coffee table. And of course, I couldn't end the video without having a coffee on my coffee table. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe because the content's only gonna get better. See you on the next one.